My name is Freddie Zarate, and I will be conducting an interview with the principal, Mr. Boyles. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
State your name.
My name is Roderick Boyles.
Okay. And I understand you are a victim of identity theft?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will be asking you a few questions. So, would you say that people must stay aware of the people in their surroundings, not just in this case, but in general?
Yeah, I think they should be very aware of their surroundings because the person that stole my identity was family. So, if your family will do it to you, what do you think the people who don't know you will do to you? So, I'll be very aware when it comes to your credit card, your social security number, and all that good stuff.
Okay. And how long ago did this occur?
This happened about 2007, 2008.
Okay.
I found out in 2009 when I went to go get my license renewed. I can't get my license renewed.
Okay.
They told me I had some charges that I needed to take up with in South Carolina. So when I went to South Carolina, they told me I had all these ridiculous charges: possession of a weapon, driving without a license, driving with a suspended license, all that good stuff. Went down to the courthouse. It was a long process. Had to take a couple days off from work, drive to South Carolina. And when I went down there that first couple of days, it still didn't get resolved because it was a long process. I went down there, the lady saw that the mug shot didn't match my face with my name, but for some reason she wouldn't,
Okay, so she didn't believe you.
Yeah, she didn't believe me. Even though it wasn't me. Because I wouldn't tell her who the person was. She was just been stubborn, I guess.
Yeah. So
after that, had to go to SLED. It's I forgot what SLED stands for. SLED. Was the law enforcement in South Carolina. I had to go down there and get my fingerprints done, all of them. They had to run it through the database, and then I got a letter back a couple weeks later saying that all those charges were taken off my record. But the flip side of that is depending on what type of background check you run, if you don't use like the primary background checker or whatever, those things will still show up on your record. Because I recently applied for an apartment in Raleigh, and I got the apartment and all that good stuff. When they got ready to run the background check, the lady called me and said, "Hey, we can't get this apartment because you got charges, weapon charges on your record." I was like, "No, So I had to wake up like 8 o'clock that morning, went in the bed, and I carry around the paper that the SLED agency gave me. So whenever I need to show them, that I can. And before I got the job here, I had to let Mr. Holt know straight up. I said, "Hey, something may come up, but I do have proof." But I guess Duplin County uses the main background check agency, so my correct background came up.
Okay, so to this day you still use that?
Yeah. I carry it in my car, in my glove box. So it's been maybe one or two different occasions where I had to show that paper. I went to Canada and got stopped at the customs when they did my background check, and it was so crazy because they took me to the back. So I took a train, and they took me to the back and asked me all these questions like I was a criminal, And I was like, "Hey," and I showed them that paper after all that, and they was like, did whatever they had to do, then they let me go. But it's the fact of that happening.
Yeah.
So it's very nerve wracking because I knew they was gonna call me because they were going by to pick some other girl off.
Mr. Boyles, what's your location?
Give me 1 second. They took another girl off who was supposed to get kicked off or whatever for some apparent reason, but they pulled me and her back, and I was just interrogating. It's like something you would see on a movie, and
Okay.
I mean, it's just nerve wracking sometimes. It hasn't happened recently, but I mean, hey.
Yeah. So, how did this affect the way you are today with your personal information?
I try not to like do a lot of over the phone transactions. I try not to do a whole lot of new online purchases. I only deal with trusted sites,
Okay.
like Amazon and stuff like that. I rarely go to the gas station and put my card in the little machine
Okay.
outside. I go inside. It's I'm one of those people who, when they put the pin number on, I get up on the little thing and put
Yes.
my pin number in.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, some people don't have anything else to do but figure out a way
That's, yes.
to steal from you.
That's a good technique because actually, what you're talking about right there, it's called shoulder surfing.
Mhm.
People actually stay on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
So instead of them believing you, like right off the bat, who you are, how did that make you feel when they made you prove who you are?
Well, when I went to the lady who saw my picture
Yes.
and it wasn't on there,
Yeah.
I was mad.
You were mad.
Cause I was like, ma'am, you can clearly see that the person who is using my name is not me. So you need to try and figure out, who it is. And I mean, I knew who it was, but it ain't my job to figure out who it is. So I mean, I knew I was being stubborn, but I mean, I just knew it wasn't me.
Yes.
So I don't care if you don't know who it is. You know it ain't me. So you need to go ahead and fix that.
Yeah.
So that made me mad, and she was just being, stubborn because me and the person did look alike.
Mhm.
So but it wasn't me. I had proof from. I had to get a written statement from my job when I was working at Charity Middle School, saying that on the day that I got charged, I was working.
Yes.
It was like a weekday. I was at school. So I'm like, you see this? I can't be in two places at one time.
Mhm.
So that it made me mad. But the people when I went down to SLED, it was a nice old lady, and she hooked me up real good. So
Okay.
calmed me down.
Well, Mr. Boyles, thank you for joining me today.
No problem. No problem.
This concludes our interview.